Okay, we're back. Hopefully you can hear me. For some reason I don't have any game sound in my headphones, so things are not completely fixed. But yes, I'm a tube. I forgot to plug the laptop in and it ran out of battery. So all my fault. I do apologise for that. I was in a bit of a hurry setting everything up and that was just something I never thought about. We'll wait till we just get this race finished and then we shall try and resolve everything. Just try and get a wee bit of practice in here. Hopefully you can hear sound in the game and hear me. Oh. Thank you, Nicky. Glad you can hear the game and me. Hopefully I've had to put the sound on the telly so I can actually hear what I'm doing. So hopefully that's not distracting. So we just had to sit in the pits while we try and fix everything there. As I said, it was my problem. I forgot to plug the laptop into the mains. Obviously I had very little battery left and died promptly. So we'll just finish this anyway. I know I'm only in lap 4, but I think the leaders can't be too far from being finished now. So let's see if we can, how competitive we are. Fastest laps are 141.5, so let's see if we can get somewhere towards that. It's easier overtaking people when they're ghosted, isn't it? So tight that corner. To it. That off, isn't it? Ooh. Right. Sorry about that, everyone. Sound check good, thank you, Eric. Yeah, Happy Tomatoes, good wee name, isn't it? So P1, P2 miles ahead of everybody else there. Steve-O, nice to see you there. Stevie P, hello. Sorry about that, anybody who was in the first stream there. If you haven't heard me already, explanation, set the laptop up there, forgot to put the plug in, and it promptly died just as we were starting the first race. Xander, nice to see you again. Yeah, back streaming this morning because we messed the video up. Didn't realise it was a specially provided car. In this case we're in the Group C cars, unusual combination around Alsace village. So if anybody could let me know, I'm playing with the sound through the telly there. Can you hear the sound of the telly whilst I'm playing? Because I can't get the headphones to work. Working tonight, Nicky, working tonight. Night shift, the joys. 21 of you out there watching, thank you for coming back. Anybody who's had a bit of patience there. Right, let's go and set a qualifying time. Direct sound from the sound. I'm just wondering if the mic could pick up the sound of the telly. That's more that I was thinking of. But if I can just play with the, I've got enough sound from the tail here, if I can just play that way, then I'm quite happy just to not use the headphones. Right, so this seems to be the best car, isn't it? The Salva. Yeah, time dies. It's as a tight track in certain corners. That hairpin towards the end is just ridiculous. You've practically got to stop the car to get it round it. I can imagine these Group C cars have particularly great steering lock anyway. Xander, thoughts on the track car combo? It's a strange one. It's ridiculously powerful cars on what's technically a street circuit, but they actually feel, I quite like this track. I quite like Alsace. I think it's got a nice flow to it once you get used to it, but it does take a bit of getting used to. Yeah, I remember doing a Group 2 race here in a daily maybe about a year and a half ago in the reverse iteration. I really enjoyed that race. But yeah, I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the worst car combo. I do think the settings for the race are a bit poor because tyre wear at ×4, just the racing hard tyres available. It's just a no-brainer, no stop. The pit loss is about 6 seconds, but there's just no need to be making a pit stop. I don't know why we couldn't have 12 laps. It's only a 17-minute race. Why can we not have 12 laps? Medium hard tyres. Maybe even throw a bit of fuel in there and you've got a lot more interesting race. Hey Eric, you get back to that turkey and I'll see you on the next one hopefully. UK Gadget Man, what a shame they picked these Group C cars. Yeah. I before knowing it was the Group C cars, because I never read the details properly, I used the Toyota, and I've got to admit the Toyota was quite nice to drive around in the hybrid cars. So let's see a quality lap. Just on traction control off as well. See, just to make this combo just a little bit worse as well, they've chosen this setting in the kind of dark, which I don't think helps matters. We'll put a lap in here, just hopefully start mid-pack. All the fun and games is. I don't know where you're going to overtake other cars in this track like that. corner that one. Always invites you on the throttle a little bit early. Surprised the car stopped there. Yeah, Steve-O, the Group C race at Fuji was pretty good. I agree with you on that one. Yeah, Nicky, fueling tyres aren't a problem at all. Why am I getting this? I'm disqualified today. When that time pausing. I seen Super GT get the same message the other night. Last night. He was doing backflips. You did this race last night, Gadget Man, in the Group C's, and says you're not doing it. They also used the Toyota and found it quite nice. I'd agree, yeah. I quite enjoy driving the Toyota around here as well. But yep, anybody looking for the strategy for this one though, it's just a no-stopper. There's not enough, there's no variety in the tyres, there's not enough tyre wear, there's no problems with the fuel. It's a 6-second pit loss if you want to fire on a new set of tyres. But why you'd want to do that, just find yourself back into the dirty air, then you must be a sadist. Scorpion Koenig, I think that's the first time I've maybe seen you in the chat, so thank you for joining me in the stream. Nice to see you in there. And Man from Del Monte says, which is an interesting username, stuck in the SR mental institution. Once you're in, stuck with the loonies, it's hard to get out. S driver 95% of the time. Just had a bad race in the nation. Yes, I know what you mean. Once you get down stuck with some of the crazies, as I like to call them, it can be a little bit difficult to get back out. Personally, you just have to sacrifice your DR to get your SR back up to where you want it. So we've got a full lobby here at least. We're right in the middle of everyone. We are, whoa, look at that qualifying time, a 37.9. 2.8 seconds off that. Obviously we can go a bit quicker, but that's a quick lap time. I haven't even looked to see what the record is in E8 at the moment. But that's got to be up there. Some of the Japanese drivers are just horrendously quick though. Yeah, they're not the best combos. I take it Group 4, is that a Group 4 race? Is it the Dragon Trail Seaside? I take it that's just Audi TTs all round. Thanks for the good luck, Gadget Man. Well, we're up to 5th, there's been a couple of disconnects. Right, we'll head out. Oh no! Got the black screen of death. The black HUD of death. I've had this before. It does. I think it sorts itself out for the race. Hopefully, because we can't drive like this. Alright, I had one disaster stream. GT Sport. Could do without another disaster in this race. Please sort yourself out. Please sort yourself out. Please sort yourself out. Still not getting anything in the background. Sort yourself out. Please sort yourself out. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it? No, Xander, I prefer the European servers. I'm just doing it on this one because usually the lobbies are quite full at this time because it's like evening time in Japan and Australia. Plus this race is just going to be chaos. I didn't have any practice on the Group C cars. If I'm going to kind of sacrifice any account, it's going to be this one. I'll be on the European servers. I will do another stream on Boxing Day. I'll be on the European servers for that one. Morning, David Fraser. Weird, that little kink to the right hand actually becomes a corner in these cars, whereas in the hybrids it's just not. Oh, going low side, off it. Touch there. Up to P4, starting to hold on to everybody else though. So I only created this account because I wanted to do a season of FIA in Oceania just to see how competitive I could be. See if there was a possibility of maybe trying to get into a top 16 race, which I didn't manage, but I didn't really put a whole lot of effort into it. It was certainly a competitive region. The man hills off. Oh, he did that another day. Side again. Ooh, don't look at us. Yeah, podium. This one's not going too bad. Football Instagram stories, nice to see you in the chat again. Al Camo, I think I said hello to you. Nice to see you again, you were with us last night. Wait a minute, these cars are actually not horrendous to drive around here. Quite good fun. Even the track that's got some interesting corners. So I always take the low line for this corner here. Seems to work quite well for it. is coming back at us. Fighting to try and hold on to this podium slot. Super Jono looks too quick, and they're certainly too quick. Even get into the 41s though. Oh, look at the 41s like that. It's terrible. Beautifully. Mr. Shaft's so much faster through that part of the track. At least it would be edge elsewhere. Okay, into the 41's getting quicker. Less than a second off the fastest lap, so not terrible. That is a horrible corner. Going so much slower into it than you think. Turn car. Don't want to catch in that curve. Just a half a second to stay behind. Flags are out. Is it the leader? The leader's binned it. Given his pace, I don't think it'll be too long before he's putting me under pressure. not putting me under as much pressure as I thought he would. Oh, I would love the best of that. Should be my fastest lap so far. No, not quite. Poor last sector. Must be suffering that dirty air, the P3, because he's definitely got more pace than us. Steady car. I do like that corner, you've got to catch the camera right in the inside of it when the car round. More confidence and feel for the car now. He doesn't make a mistake of some sort. They're struggling. Can't be stuff on the tyre better though, surely. Himself, he's losing time hand over fist now. He's off again, we're down under 2 seconds. Funny how that happens, you make one mistake on a lap and it all goes to pot. Oops. They drop down into second there. First time we managed to get the last 2 corners right. Got that pace. Oh no, let's not put that in the first gear. I'm on 1.3 seconds behind. I do feel like I'm now getting the dirty air. on, Jono. Another mistake, make it interesting. To improve my turn 1 up there, what the turn 1. Well, P2's not too shabby. Jono, after these early mistakes, I managed to keep it together. Yeah, the hunt was on, but not quite there in the end. Not quite there in the end. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that. That was quite an enjoyable race. The way you say dirty air in that strong accent is fantastic. Thanks very much. Yeah, it has a lot of power, the Mercedes Diamond Eyes. I think when the BOP's not on, it's got close to 1,000 horsepower. It's completely mental at that point. Purple is your favourite Scots pronunciation. Thanks, Fafner. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining me in this stream here. Do appreciate it. That race was, I quite enjoyed it. Maybe not the most interesting one to watch because there wasn't a whole lot of action from the midpoint onwards, but we were hitting down P1 there, so. Thank you, Xander. Well, will we use a different car or will we just stay in the Mercedes? So if you see my wee message there saying representing Wombles globally, and my message when I enter the lobby, it says if anybody asks, my cat is Australian, because when I was doing the FIAs on this account for the exhibition season, a few people had something to say about it, so. Thank you, Diamond. Yeah, Coleman. He kind of lost his nerve sort of midway through the race, but he managed to keep his composure over the last few laps, so a deserved victory for the, I think it was a Singaporean flag, wasn't it? So, deserved victory for that driver. Right, we'll do another one. Oh. Let's see anybody else do anything particular. Any other car? Try the Nissan. Fair enough. Nissan it is. The Nissan's surprisingly solid in the Group C cars as well. Yeah, I thought it was Singapore, Xander. I'll just have a wee look through, make sure I've not... I'm in the Nissan, I think. I definitely picked the Nissan. Al Camo saying, the west of Scotland we say air more like air. Air. No, he didn't, Xander. No, his pole that was insane, but... And he pulled away really quickly. I think he just, once he was in the dirty air of my car, he just couldn't get close enough to... he just couldn't get close enough to make a pass. He never even threatened me at any point to go for the overtake, so... He could just be one of these drivers that struggles behind another car more than others. I know I'm certainly like that. Nicky, if you can do a 39, I'll easily get a 38. Well, we'll keep our qualifying time as it is just now, so we're starting in the middle of the pack. Get a bit of action. We'll see what this accounts on DR wise. If you caught any of the stream last night, this account's SR took a bit of a doing in the early stages. We were up to 98 by the end of the stream, and we're back to 99 now. What are we DR wise? Come on, phone. No, don't cancel into it. That's the one we want to press. Xander, I'm assuming the dirty air's meant to start the same as the slipstream, but I think you feel it a little bit further back. I think you feel it around about 1 to 1.2 seconds. It could just be a placebo though. David Fraser's asking, will I be doing race 8? No, not in this stream. I don't even know what race 8 is. What car it is or anything. Yeah, first race last night was ridiculous. Combination of terrible driving in front of me and me being far too cautious, I think. Fang, hello there, nice to see you in the stream. Damo's saying if he can do himself a 139, he'll buy himself a drink. Well, I'll just, if you be so kind as to maybe hit that like button, I would appreciate it. We're up to 25 likes already. I appreciate every single one of them. Obviously you're not going to hit the like button after the first race, but hopefully after that second race it was a little bit better. I don't know why they didn't choose a kind of daytime setting for this race, because it's a nice track in the kind of, in the sun. I'm kind of going for this dusk setting at 2100 hours. Not sure it's the best use of the visuals in the game. N100, that Laguna Seca. What car is it? Fang, the car choice for race B, if it's Group 4, Dragon Trail Seaside, will be the Audi TT. And even before all the bops, even when I first started playing the game, the Audi TT was the strongest car at Dragon Trail Seaside. It was one of the first daily races I started doing. I did any kind of, I kept repeatedly doing. I think it was a race B at that point as well, 4 laps. Toyota 3 doors. Not sure what car yet. We'll take a look after this one, see what it is. So my guess is in this game there must be something that stops them from limiting the car choice but letting you use your car from the garage. Because anytime it's always a, especially when they kind of try to limit the car choice like they've done in this race, you always have to be gifted the car rather than use your own one and therefore be able to use your own livery. So there must be something that prevents them from setting particular cars for particular races. Yeah, David, I like the Group 4 racing as well, but I totally agree with you, the FFs are killing it. For example, the Group 4 race at Brands Hatch, and you could use other cars, you could use the Toyota 86 and the Megane, but over the first 2 laps you've got such a disadvantage to the FF cars that you get bullied out of the way so much. And it wasn't until the tyre wear kicked in after 2 to 3 laps where you kind of equalised and then you were the better car towards the end of the race, but far too often by then you'd been bumped and shuffled about so much that you eventually, as you've seen, have you seen my video, I eventually had to kind of just, couldn't beat them, join them and go in the Audi TT myself. Right, next race, we're in the Nissan. Yeah, Tom, you're right. I'm not entirely sure why the FFs don't go so well at Interlagos. You certainly do struggle. I don't know if they just struggle out the last corner up the hill. So we're down in 8th place for this one. Nice to see though that not one car is completely dominating the car selection here. If we get every car in, I don't think we've got a Jaguar, have we? No, but every other car represented, so that's nice to see. Yeah, Nicky, there has been Group 1 races where you can use the full repertoire of the car selection, but that just becomes bonkers as well, because even though they can do kind of similar lap times, the Group C cars and the LMPs at some tracks, they do the lap time in a completely different fashion. So obviously the LMPs come out the corners really well, but the Group C cars have got really good top speed. And it's just a recipe for chaos. Steve-O, thanks for joining us. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. I think you've been in every stream so far, so I do appreciate that very much. Thank you very much for coming in and joining us for a wee while. Tom, I think the Mercedes is the best as well. We used the Mercedes in the last race. Felt very nice. But we're in the Nissan for this one. I think the Nissan's top of the leaderboards. Top of the leaderboards. Al Camel asking, what's my favourite track in the game or in real life? In the game, I'll probably go for. What would I go for? I like Sardinia A. I do like that track. Oops, it's a good start for somebody. Not tyres, cold tyres. can already immediately feel this isn't as nimble as the Mercedes. It's not as good on the gears either. The gearing is really good on the Mercedes. Track is, friend. What are you doing that? People were riding this. Going for the move yet, because I think the pedal is just round the corner here. It's going to be a sore penalty, isn't it? 1 second in these cars. God, I keep hitting the rev limiter on this. This doesn't sound like it's ready to change gear. This race is just very much about if you can keep it on the track, you should be in pretty good shape. An eternity for it to get round that corner. Who's dead at David Hill in the last one, didn't we? Under no pressure from behind. You got off on Mercedes pace so far. Mercedes gets off the corners really well. Make him think we're going for it. I definitely think the lower line's better there. Okay, Ellen still went deep. And we're in a position to take advantage of it. I'm going to try and take that third gear next time. Wall. So could see we got the ass at his car. Even how's ass? It's in the way. wee bit all over the place is Damon. Oh, I'm their friend. Okay, just trying to get away from him. Turn one just feels so clumsy in these cars. All sorts of terrible. Doing well to catch first here. That one fudge much better. Bad lap. Just to put it into perspective, when I was doing testing yesterday in the Toyota, I was doing low 38s and my optimum was a 37.5, so they're so much quicker than these cars around here. Keep these off. Going up into the bottom step of the podium. .8 seconds to P2. I'm not going to close that down, I don't think. Good. Oh, 41.5 there, despite being very scrappy in the last sector, so definitely a quicker lap it is. Walked up there, couldn't get the car turned. run for the optimal. Terrible line through there. God, I can't look at the chat here. Obviously pretty intense driving one of these things. Sector. Terrible. Concentrating a bit here because I want a low 41. Braking too early for that one. Not going to do it though. I think maybe I've lost the best of the tyres. Just managed to keep that gap round about the same to P2. Not been able to do much about them. P1's away though. Consistently doing sort of 41 ones and twos. Well, another fairly boring race after the first half. Consistent anyway. So I was trying to think there what was my favourite track. In this game, my favourite track's Sardinia A. I do like that either forwards or reverse. Favourite track in real life? I don't know. I'm trying to think what Formula 1 races I get interested for over the course of the season. I've always liked Montreal. I do think that's a good track. Always makes for good racing. But my favourite GT or Gran Turismo track is Apricot Hill. I loved Apricot Hill. Really hoping that maybe makes its way back for Gran Turismo 7. That must have been a good race, Diamond Eyes DTM at Brands with Paul di Resta, David Coulthard. Must have been excellent. David Fraser says he enjoys Monza in Group 3. Must be the only one. Yeah, Fang, no pit strategy again. Third week in a row, just a plain old plain old boring no stopper. There's not even, at least for the one in Laguna Seca, the tyre wear was pretty harsh towards the end, so there was at least a little bit of strategy. What did we have? What did we just finish doing? Fuji. The tyres were fine by the end of the race, but again, at least the tyre wear was enough just to keep things interesting over the last third of the race. This is really just a sprint race. The tyre wear is nothing, even by the end of the race. I'm very surprised Silverstone's not made its way into Gran Turismo Sport. It was definitely hotly rumoured to be coming in. Would have been a great addition for the game. When GT Sport was a prologue for Gran Turismo 7. Not in the same way that Gran Turismo 5 prologue was for GT5. This is definitely a more fully fleshed out game, and so I definitely aimed at a specific market. Yeah, I think this is the best Gran Turismo there's been. I really do. But I do wish the single player was a little bit better. But it's not so much the single player, the content's rubbish, it's just the AI's rubbish. They're absolutely hopeless to race against. John Ingalls is saying that the Hungaroring is your favourite in real life track. I do agree with you, it's a nice, good, fun track to drive. Maybe not so much watch a Grand Prix on. Right, I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to take the Mazda out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Trial Mountain as well. Mikhail, Ivan, nice to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us. You're not going to be driving this week. It's not as bad as it looks, this race. Going by my experience here so far, it's not as bad as you would think. I tried to get a PS5 Diamond Eyes. Not that hard, in all fairness. I didn't try. I wasn't desperate to get one, but I've not really looked since launch day. I've not really made any effort to try and pick one up. I'm still on a trusty old original launch date PS4. And it's an absolutely silent original PS4 as well. It does not make a slightest bit of noise. Yeah, well, David, I can imagine this race is going to be carnage in some of the lower ranks. That, no two doubts about it. These cars are just... they're not very forgiving, let's put it that way. It's a sore one out. It's a sore one. There's not really any games I'm desperate to play on PS5 at the moment, so that's why I'm not too bored that I've not got one. I remember when the PS4 came out, I'm a big Killzone fan. I love the Killzone games, and obviously Killzone Shadowfall was a launch title for PS4, so I really did want to get the PS4 launch day. I actually went to my local Sainsbury's to queue for it at 7:30 in the morning. Store opened at 8 o'clock. There was 7 of us in the queue, and the security guard came out about 10 to 8 and says, no need to stampede to the back of the shop, we've got 10 PS4s in stock, so everybody got one. Liam, was it hard to transition from auto to manual, and what gains are you getting? I can't really remember doing the transition. I started using a wheel back in GT5, so always been manual transmission since then. But the gains you get in this game is you're much faster in a straight line. Much faster. Yeah, Peyton, I know people with PS5s and have not even opened them yet. Is that not what... Super GT and Tidgety not both got PS5s but don't use them? Mikhail, you're in BS lobbies and you're surprised about how much carnage you get. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. I can imagine if you start at the back of this race, we've been sort of lucky to be in the top, quite near the front. We carnage at the back of these races as well. It's carnage towards the back in any race, in any game. Yeah, but the other games you just get with the manual transition is you just got a lot more control over your car on corner exit. And I don't know, maybe you get it simulated when you drive in auto, but obviously you get the engine braking as well through manual transmission. So every time you downshift, you're getting a little bit of engine braking, and I don't know if you get that when you do manual. Auto. Sean Gaffney asking, have you ever thought about going PC iRacing? I used to be a PC gamer. Quite a long time ago, admittedly, but I did used to play on the PC. But I just can't be bothered with them anymore, if I'm totally honest with you. And I think it's one of these things, you fall out the loop a little bit about the gaming side of it. It can feel a little bit daunting to get back into it, but don't get me, I would like to play some iRacing. I have played it before. Yeah, I would like to play it. I love the concept of it, but I don't like the way everything costs money. Appreciate that, Mikael. Or it might just be Michael. I'll just call you Ivan. I appreciate that. Makes up for all the negative comments that I get about my accent in the comment sections. No, I don't really. Not anymore. And even when I did, they were few and far between, in all fairness. Al Camel saying ACC, it looks like it runs so much better on PS5. Yeah, I think it runs at 60 FPS, doesn't it? I've played ACC on console. I don't know what it was. I think it had so much hype about the handling and the physics that when I played it, I ended up disappointed because I expected to be blown away by it, utterly blown away by it, and I just wasn't. And it took me ages to get the wheel set up where I felt like I was actually getting something from it. But I do understand why people like ACC, but it just didn't quite grab me. So P7 this is going to be the last race, folks. But we're P7 for this one. Just wanted to, as I said, I made a boo-boo when I was trying to put the strategy guide together last night. I never read the details properly. I never noticed that it was a specially provided car. So I did the strategy guide based on the Toyota TS050 because I just assumed that would be the car that would be the best. And then just as I had actually uploaded it to YouTube, but it was still sitting private, I double checked a couple of things, realised it was a specially provided car, and realised that the video that I'd made and spent a couple of hours on was completely irrelevant. So rather than just making another video and putting it out, which would take me a couple of hours, I thought I'll just jump on, do a stream for a couple of hours on this race. But if you've just joined and you're not sure, the strategy, it's a no-stopper. The tyre wear's minimal towards the end, fuel's definitely not an issue. A pit stop will cost you 6 seconds, but you're not going to gain that back on the fresh times. See, I'm not sure it is patent because I'm pretty sure the handling's exactly the same between PC and console. I know a lot of people when ACC first came out on console did videos saying it felt exactly the same. I know graphically it's nowhere near as good, but I think the way it handles is exactly the same, or similar enough. My car's the only one you can hear when you hold the throttle down. So we've got a couple of other 787Bs here. Hello Vegas, nice to see you in the chat. I think you were in the chat earlier on though. Wobbly boy. Whoa! Where did you come from? Thanks, mate. Supposed to be teammates. It's a bit nasty, wasn't it? Somebody's had an instant up ahead, looks to P4, or somebody's... It's an interesting situation going into the rank gate. Really want to be outside here, do you? You gave me the space in fairness. He's driving. Whopper. Yeah. car has no brakes apparently. I do love how they fit as a Japanese driver called Roper. Whoa, like that. Apex was mine, friend. Another 7871D's making his way up through it. That. Fight with Whopper here. Well, I thought you were going defensive there. Not easy to overtake anyone. Overtake them cleanly anyway. Right, so we'll take the top line then. It. Thank you very much, Walker. Nice racing, yeah. Nice wee battle, enjoyed that. Wheels are out, somebody's binned it. P5. Super Carol. Attacker, aggressive, was living up to his name there into turn one. Not even 43s here, I've just noticed, not even 41s. Much better line than me. Getting a little bit more fun this race anyway. Thank you everyone that's out there watching. 35 concurrent viewers at the moment, I really do appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to join us here on the stream. Half a second back in the first sector. Says it all. We're catching P4 as well. Possibly made a mistake of some sort. Carl's got his composure together. Mistake, we're not catching him. Terrible unit there. He's definitely catching P4. At least he can get involved in a wee battle. He can get involved as well. This car a bit more of a struggle than the other two. They're pretty close now, aren't they? No, Carl's made a mess of. A lot of time. He only caught that apex. Going on the 40. I think the Nissan and the Mercedes are definitely better than the Mazda. Yeah, doing 40 wins fairly easily. Been a better first sector though, which I think has been a weakness. I think just as soon as you hit that dirty air, like P5 is with P4, they're kind of just stuck there. P4 has made a mess of that though. Gentlemen, the girls keep fighting, both. There we go, I did 41. looking a bit squirrely in those rear tyres, aren't they? Whoa! That'll be the wall then! It didn't look that close to the barrier, I don't know what happened there. You have to watch a replay of that. I think Carol's rear tyres are too happy at the moment. And that's the power. Oh, you broke a bit late there. Much faster than me around here though. Been weak through there the whole race. It should be enough. Doing your chickens too early though. It's been a good fun race though, enjoyed that. Some good fighting with other drivers. Down in P8 at one point. Actually had to overtake people. Over yeah, because I lost so much time through that big bank corner. Get in, get that. He won by 18 seconds though. That's pretty humbling. The people didn't have the speed in the Mazda as we did in the Nissan. and a Mercedes, but that's that 234 though. So, you guys have been putting the comments there for working our way through it. Klux is asking the best car for it appears to be the Mercedes for this time. Nope, it's just the Group C cars. So just the 5 Group C cars in the game. That was a good race. Thanks for the clean race. Enjoyed that. But that's going to be the end of the racing action. Hopefully I've given you a taste of what this race is all about. It's actually... I enjoyed that more than I thought I was going to, if I'm honest with you. But I can imagine there's a lot of carnage to be had as well. The rig I'm using is a GT Omega Art in the RS06. Gideon, no problem with the strategy guides, glad you find them useful. Messed up this one for this morning, but that's why we're doing the stream, but there's no strategy in this one. It's pretty much the only way to put it, there's zero strategy. Hopefully next week make something a bit better. Yes, time that I was expecting more dive bombs as well. But one thing I do find playing on this server is the Japanese drivers can be really respectful. The New Zealand and the Australian drivers are a little bit more aggressive usually. But there's nowhere near the same aggressions I find on the European servers or the EMEA servers. Sometimes when I'm doing qualifying laps I'll change brake balance during the course of the lap. So for example, we had the Mazda touring car at Suzuka a few weeks ago. I changed the brake balance to going into turn 1 to something like -2 or 3 just to make the car a lot more stable, and also going into the hairpin and the chicane. I wouldn't do it during a race. Got enough to think about during the race than doing that. But yeah, Schumacher, that was one of Schumacher's specialities in the Formula 1, was changing brake balance through the course of the race and the lap. The Japanese are scared of you Scots. Well, can't blame them. We're scary people, us Scottish. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone who's joined us, commenting. Really glad that there's lots of people commenting, keeping the chat going during the course of the races. I'm certainly finding it hard to sort of read any chat when I'm racing, so I won't ignore any questions that you ask. I might miss them, but I definitely won't ignore them. Thanks, Al Camo. So yeah, hopefully give you a taste what this race is all about. It's actually pretty good fun. Looks like the Mercedes is the car of choice. There's no strategy whatsoever. It's just a sprint to the finish. Your tyres will be fine at the end. No fuel to worry about whatsoever. Well, there you go, actually. We've got all 5 cars in the top 10 there. Maybe this region is not the best benchmark for what's the best cars, admittedly, but we've got all 5 cars there in the top 10, which is pretty cool to see. You too, David. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully seeing you in the next one. I know I said this. Excuse me. I know I said this at the end of the last stream. I wouldn't be doing another one till Boxing Day, then I'm back on again the next morning, but there was reasons for that. But I think Boxing Day will be the next stream. I'm not going to say 100% I will be, because this race, whilst it's okay fun, I tend to find when the races don't really have any strategy that I get bored of them quite quickly. So yeah, we might not be racing this too much more over the course of the week, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know what FIA there is over the next week. So there's FIA on Boxing Day as well, wasn't there? Maybe I'll just do an FIA stream just for a different race. Yeah, once again, thank you very much to everyone who's joined us. Hope you've enjoyed the entertainment there. Sorry about the screw up in the first race. That was my fault completely. Lesson learned. Make sure you've got the laptop plugged into the mains when you start a stream. But thank you very much to everyone that came back in when I restarted that. I do appreciate that a lot. Okay, I think that's pretty much us. All that's left to say is to say goodbye. Stay safe out there and enjoy your Christmases. See you later. Bye.